name's Renee Hamilton, and Double Arc has literally saved me. I would have gone insane without them. Brian was diagnosed by Double Arc in, I believe it was 2006. He was in first grade. When he came here, it was like I could breathe because they understood. They saw the nuances of his behavior that no one else saw. They got it. They've been there for me to call when I didn't understand what was going on with my son.
I have an presently 18-year-old daughter. Chelsea is her name, Chelsea Warner. She was diagnosed at about the age of 7, which is when we first started seeing more struggles with her. Chelsea's always was behind, delayed. She was adopted. She came to us at 8.5 months old. She's a beautiful young lady, but she has terrible struggles with impulse control, with socialization skills.
The brains of these children are impacted on so many different levels. Some children just have very small heads and they have cognitive disabilities. Other kids will have learning disabilities.
If it hadn't been for Double Arc and getting down to the bottom of everything that was going on, and this is exactly what it is, and then getting the subsequent help through that has been life-changing. Jaden has come such a long way, especially with the additional help and with getting the information out to different people that this is what we're dealing with, and explaining that every child is different just because it is a spectrum, but these are the things that you really need to look for.
It is a hidden disability because a lot of our children look fine, and even a lot of our adoptive parents that take in these children, they're feeling very blessed because they have this beautiful child that they've adopted. But there's a lot of baggage that goes along with the alcohol exposure.
On a day-to-day basis, the struggles that Haley has are very significant. She has a very difficult time staying on a routine. She also has a hard time remembering what she's supposed to be doing when she starts her day in the morning. And it's hard to see her every day and know that she's going to be struggling the way that she does. But she has a lot of anxiety, so when it's time for her to get ready for school, there's usually some tears, and she does not want to go. She's concerned about what her friends are going to say about her. She tends to have very immature social skills.
Children with FASD not only struggle with understanding language and concepts, but also being able to effectively communicate on a daily basis. So those poor communication skills then result in difficulties in all areas of their daily life, in their family relationships, with success in school, as well as personal relationship issues. Oftentimes the kids that we see have trouble relating to others, which makes making friends and keeping friends a real difficulty for them.
Basically, I'm learning a lot about people with fetal alcohol syndrome, that basically things that I didn't even know I had. It's kind of helped me see the bigger picture.
As a medical profession, this work is really important to me because I want to see these children and families function better. I see how these small problems become big problems the older they get. So the younger that we can identify it and give them strategies to help minimize these, or so that they can cope with it, or so they can provide the needed interventions so they can function better, is really, really rewarding. And I've seen families' lives change around significantly by some of the diagnostic work and interventions this clinic has been able to provide.
Before I came here, I just treated like a person that never fitted in with the real world.
He has come a long way as far as using his coping skills, where it has decreased from maybe an hour of a meltdown to maybe 10 or 15 minutes, which is huge. He has learned to use the things that he's been taught over the last few years to help be able to deal with when he gets angry or when he's frustrated or excited or, things like that. And so it really is a helpful tool for him to be able to put these things in place. It's still a struggle every day. Every day it's a struggle.
FASD is a lifelong condition. It's not going to go away. The symptoms are not going to get better with treatment. And this is something that a youngster's going to have to struggle with their whole life. It's heart-wrenching. I hate to make this diagnosis.
Double ARC has helped me for 6 years since I've been coming to the parent meetings. And the sisters both, if you have a problem that you're talking about, they can put insight like that into what your problem is and offer some suggestions. And I have called them at least 3 times when I'm having an emergency with Dan and want to know how I should handle it.
When you don't have a lot of family support, or if the family support you have doesn't understand, which was at that time, it means a lot to have somebody say, I understand, I get it, and believe it or not, right now, even though you don't feel like it, it'll be okay.
Throughout Haley's school years, we have leaned very much on Double ARC. Sister Suzette and Sister Mary have been an instrumental part of our life, and if we did not have Double ARC to help us understand and adjust to the different challenges that we have with Haley than our other children, I don't know where we'd be right now.
It is so important to start figuring out what is going on with these kids that have suspected FASD so that we can get them the resources and the help that they need at an early age before school becomes an overwhelming day-to-day task, before they have trouble relating to kids around them, and just to be able to give them the help and the stepping stones that they need to navigate through life successfully.
I want to be accepted like a real person, not like just autistic or sensory person like everybody else treats me like the bullies.
I think it's very important for people to help out financially if they're capable. I can relate from our situation, middle-class family, one-income family of 6. We make it okay, but the cost that Double ARC incurs in trying to do this assessment is huge, and I know not everybody can do it, but for those that can, it definitely goes right to the source, and it helps these kids that really need it, and the families, and it gives them some peace of mind and some ability to do those things for those kids that need to be done that they wouldn't have otherwise been able to afford.
So Double ARC's really meant the world. They're the only ones that really get it.